Alright, yet another game to display here. I'm playing my Nerfed Nin deck, French banned commander list version of Nin against Kurumi using the Reaper King. Probably one of the weakest 5-color commanders. I guess you can build a whole deck around it. But, yeah, his ability just isn't that great. I guess, I mean, if you get a perfect draw with them, but the thing about this guy is you've got to clutter your deck with lots of scarecrows and or shapeshifters to take advantage of it, and when you've got a bunch of those dorks in your deck, it makes it kind of bad. But he's got other stuff going on too, as you'll see. No turn run Sol Ring, which is kind of nice. So he sees my hand here. And based on the way my hand is, I'm actually most nervous about him taking Brainstorm, because I only have 2 land. But he takes Counterspell. Perfectly acceptable, since I still have my Brainstorm. And this is very awkward. Draw Cryptic Command, Vandal Blast, obviously very nice to have against a Scarecrow deck. Shackles, no blue. So I'm going to have to put back the 2 cards that I think are going to be least useful. I'm not sure what I put back besides Shackles. And then just, oh no, it's true, I wanted to draw the Shackles. I put back the worst card. And I just want to fetch to get the other card off the top here. I'm just going to play Nin and chill. Still drawing no land. So here's where things get a little tough. And I make a dumb mistake here. I just click too quickly here. Obviously the play here is at end of turn just Cyclonic Rift, Arkham. And that gets it back into his hand. I don't have to discard if I don't draw land. And most importantly, if I do get another land, and it's hopefully an island, I can run out of Power Stone, he'll replay Arkham, and I can just steal it and do cool shenanigans with like sacking my Simulacrum to get Black Lotus or Gilded Lotus. But I just totally didn't see it. Or I'm sorry, not that I didn't see it. I just clicked too fast at the end of his turn. Cold Steel Heart. So there's one of the new artifacts that would have been Sol Ring or Mana Crypt right here. You can see what a difference that makes. Instead of a 1-mana artifact that comes into play tapped, you get a 2-mana artifact that can immediately turn on all good components of your deck. So here I'm just figuring, well, he's not really like an Arkham deck, so he probably doesn't have a lot of big crazy artifacts he can fetch. This thing isn't that scary to me. He plays Sphinx Summoner. He gets Heap Doll. Kind of weird. I guess he's just getting that to combo with his Reaper King. I draw another land, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, Arkham is now active. I do have blue mana, though. I'm just going to have to wait and see. And he doesn't even sack it at the end of the turn, which really makes me feel like he doesn't have any. Big artifacts. Plus, I've got the Vandal Blast, so I can just follow up and blast away some big artifact that he gets. So I've got kind of a long-term plan here. Just clobbers me for 3, casts Wellspring, and plays Metamorph, and I really, really don't want him cloning his Sphinx. So I'm just going to Cryptic Command and bounce Arkham right now, with the hope of getting another island so that I can Shackles it when it comes back down. So just going to take this opportunity. I'm crossing my fingers like I don't get anything ridiculous. He gets this, which is kind of interesting, but as far as big scary artifacts go, this one is kind of near the bottom of the list. I am not particularly afraid of this card, given that my all my targeted stuff that really cares about pro red is all Overload, and I've got it in my hand anyway. Vandal Blast doesn't give a fuck about a Chroma's Memorial. That's kind of nice draw right there. So we're just going to chill here and try to mana ramp a little bit. There's Arkham. Just going to keep him out of play. Still not getting land. There's finally a land off my Ponder, which is really awesome. I'm just hanging out. I didn't attack with Snapcaster Mage because of this thing. So I guess this thing gives flight too, so whatever. You've all seen my deck enough times to know that I don't care about damage with Nin. I think I've attacked with Nin maybe once in the last 5 months. So he's Bearing Ruin on his Metamorph. I'm kind of thinking about like what he's going to get here. And my hunch honestly was that he would copy Nin the Pain Artist. Although this should have been a hint right here, this untapped vault. But I thought he might get Nin the Pain Artist, seeing as how, you know, he can draw 5 with it. But I was hoping he wouldn't recognize the fact that he's got a Chroma's Memorial in play, and all of his guys have pro red, so he can't actually target them with Nin. So that was my hope, and this was a bit of a gamble to not counterspell this. Turns out he chooses correctly and takes a Snapcaster. So now I have to deal with the duress, and I do not want to lose really anything in my hand here, so I'm just going to have to forbid. And I forbid with the Rift, seeing as how I don't care too much about it. And I don't really see an opening to cast a Simulacrum either anytime soon, especially if I'm sitting on forbid mana, so I figure I can just throw that away too. I really want to use my Dust Bowl though, because I want to get rid of the white. Like, he's sitting on Reaper, he has Reaper King mana now, because the thing only costs 5 if you have 4 colors, and it costs 6 if you are. It costs 5 if you've got 5, and it only costs 6 if you've got 4, and he definitely has 4 here. But I'm thinking long term right here, and just thinking about setting up a big Vandal Blast, like, you know, get him to get the Reaper King out, and then Vandal Blast pretty much all of his important permanents, including one of his lands. So we're just going to chill, hope to draw land. He taps a ton of mana here. Nope, there's big Papa. Fortunately, I can just condescend it for 1. And I see 2 counters on top. And I just put them both on the bottom, because I don't need Memory Lapse and I don't need Mana Leak right now. I need land. Oh, wait a minute. Put a card. Oh, okay, I guess I did get the lapse. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I needed a 2 mana counter here to just hold the turn while I played at my my Power Stone. Dispeller's Capsule Academy Ruins. Pretty horrible. And me having not gotten rid of his white mana when I haven't really had an opening to do it. So yeah, this is a pretty difficult spot. And I ordinarily would have been able to yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't Memory Lapse the capsule there. It might have been a reasonable play. I guess I feared, because he played another white land, that I wouldn't be able to kill it long term anyway. And I guess if I lapse it, kill this white mana, then I can untap and Vandal Blast and kill the capsule that way. I don't know, this thing's annoying. Gilded Lotus. Very nice. So end of turn he gets the capsule back. Ugh. Plays it again, this time I'm going to lapse it. So he casts Reaper King, and I'm like, okay, well that's awesome. Now here's my big setup turn. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts in play. How screwed is this guy now? I can Vandal Blast, and I can follow it up with Forbid, and we pretty much got the game. But nope, he's got a stupid land in his hand, and this Heap Doll that he wisely tutored for like a year ago, which in this case works like a 1 mana Vindicate on my Lotus. And I get clobbered here all the way down to 19. But fortunately, Vandal Blast costs 5. Kabooyah. Boom. Blow up his whole board. So even though he does have a lot of colors of mana out still, the Reaper King now costs an extra 4. Which means the minimum cost of it is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I guess if he drew a forest, he could just replay it again. Which would be serious bad news for me. Well, not a forest, but a green mana source. He does have a land. So he's just going to kill my mana again. Clock of Omens. God. Bad card. It's just like one of those cards where it seems good whenever you're having extremely bad luck against your opponent, like mana-wise or something, and they get Clock of Omens with some other bad artifacts, and then it seems like it's good. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the Academy Ruins to stop the shenanigans with the capsule, as well as the other things he might get back here. the Memorial or some other stuff. And it keeps, of course, keeps them off of land for Reaper King. Cavern of Souls. Cloud Key. So I'm going to be staring at an uncounterable Reaper King next turn here. Very, very tight spot. And here comes Reaper King. That's okay, because Nin the Paint Artist has got lots of game. End of turn. It's a little unfortunate though that my Vandal Blast is in the graveyard and I've already had to cast Snapcaster Mage. But whatever, he's done his job. Boom. Fabricate, pretty interesting. And I am already actually up to 4 islands in play and another one in hand. So we're damn close now. There's the 6th one as well. So even though I'm behind here, badly behind, I've got Forbid with buyback, and I also have almost enough mana to Shackles. So he sacks his Spellbomb. That's fine, I can go to 13. He's done. So there we go. Come here, Reaper King. Come work for me. When he casts this Forge Master here, I'm thinking about like what he could get with it. And I don't quite have enough mana to fabricate for, say, Sculpting Steel, to copy Shackles and steal this guy also. I mean, I actually do have enough mana for that. You can see it's charge this, untap, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's enough mana to fabricate, sculpt, grab, but that leaves me with just 2 unless I top deck a land, so I can't Forbid. And yeah, I have no idea what horrible things you could get with this, so I decide I'm not going to screw with it, even if it means burning the Forbid and buying it back again. But I mean, I've been in this position before. This is certainly a soft lock city, and I've got Nin, a big guy to shoot, and Forbid in my hand. I'm just going to shoot Reaper King right now. Cast this Archmage. Probably should have just countered this. I was thinking, like, you know, what can he play and draw? But with this much mana available in Cloud Key, he can actually play a lot of artifacts and cycle a lot of fairly bad cards, like, you know, Pilgrim's Eye and stuff. Just kind of giving him like free draws. It's one of those things where as soon as I didn't counter it, I was kind of thinking to myself, you know what? It's going to be kind of annoying. Like the stuff he's going to draw off it. He just basically drew 3 cards that turn. We have some Reapers to shoot. Boom. I was pretty sure that no matter what he did, he couldn't get around the Forbid and the Counterflux. And I knew I was going to draw a ton off the Reaper King at the end of the turn, so I would just very likely draw answers to all these dorks. Plus I want to untap the Shackles to steal this guy. Shackles. It's another card I've added to the deck. My friend Nate argued that it's sort of like the white sword or red swords to plowshares, and I think that there's definitely some merit to that idea. Certainly universally useful. My hand is just invincible at this point. Play Raoul's Zarek. That's the end of the game. I don't know. I mean, the writing was on the wall for a long time. The early part of the game was definitely scary. and it certainly felt very perilous when I was playing it in the early game, just when I was really low on mana, and he had so much mana in play and was able to just chain cast his big Reaper Commander guy, especially the turn when he broke the Lotus, but there was a lot of turns of just kind of academic mopping up before he inevitably conceded. I mean, he's getting smashed for lethal damage this turn anyway. But yeah, another good demonstration of this deck in action without its key abusive cards. I will have more to come. See you later.